I'm Dave Growney.
And I'm James Hollingsworth. You're someone too.
I'm Kayla Thomas. So today we're going to talk about a little bit of the world construction, a little bit of the arena construction, and Mike and Jackie are going to explain their roles in all of this. So let's go to you guys first. Talk about the world.
Oh, okay. Sure. So the basic world will be heavily inspired from Rome. Since we're working with an arena-like setting, it seemed the most appropriate. So essentially, they're going to be in an empire called Nauthius that will basically be like Rome. It's an empire. It conquers people from foreign lands and then brings them in as slaves. The basic issue at the hand is they have to relax a while because you can't just constantly be at war without dwindling your resources. So they've reopened an arena to still placate a vengeful god that they have and continue battling within there.
Okay.
Jeez.
That sounds exciting.
That's crazy elaborate. Like, I almost lost you for a second. Almost.
I don't want to just do a huge exposition drop on people. So it'll slowly be explained throughout every scenario. You'll get little tidbits of the world rather than just me like opening a book and then being like, so on the fourth day of blah blah blah, and then just I'm not going to do a George R.R. Martin thing where I just go through the genealogies of the emperors or something. You'll get enough information to be able to act in the world as characters. And most of the settings that I'll be talking about will be mostly inspired from the players themselves. That way, the setting is more or less expanding upon what they are as characters and why they're that way as characters.
Okay. Dave here actually constructed the arena that you saw in that brilliant opening video that we had. Why don't you explain to us what that was like?
Well, it was kind of neat for the first time building such a elaborate thing. When we came up with the idea, me and James were talking about something to make it functional for what we're trying to do here and to make it good for the players and visually appealing for everybody. So we just basically threw together some paper and came up with an idea and made it all work. The basic construction was out of plywood with dental plaster molds that Mike has helped me mold some of that, and Mike also helped with some of the painting. And then we started getting into it more and getting, we got some minor statues that we started adding to it and adding more props. We started making the DM screen and integrating that into the arena itself. We took the side of the DM where the Dungeon Master DM sits on the opposite side, made that functional for him, so James will have all the charts that he needs on the one side, whereas on the other side it matches the world arena that we have as well. Outside of that, we tried to integrate that into the whole world. Me and James started talking more about how we're going to integrate the people with an arena, like he mentioned, and what's the importance of an arena within this world.
There it is right there.
And how do you make it go with role playing? So this is it in its early stages there. There was still, if you look, the DM screen along the back is kind of
You see the addition
vague.
of the dragon there.
Yep, and the dragon was thrown up on the side there on the far end. The center towers were functional dice towers so that we can see the dice when they roll out for both the players on either sides and the DM alike from the front. That would be the DM's tower right there. And the idea is he'll drop a die in there and the die will roll out, and then you'll be able to see what the result is for everybody looking at it from the front view. Then we started hooking up lights to it and getting a little creative.
So
cool.
and
I thought his was elaborate. I'm going to need a notebook for this.
Well, actually, it gets better because we're going to change the combat scenario every time, and me and Dave talk a lot about what needs to be built next. So it's not just going to be all theater of the mind for at least the combat roles. I mean, for a lot of the role playing that happens outside of the arena or within the stable for the less than free PCs. That's the PC way.
Player
I was going to say, because...
PC means player character.
Or politically correct in the second way I use
Or
it.
personal computer.
Try to stay with it. Okay, so we didn't mean personal computer though.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just for, okay,
That would be the
but essentially we talk it out, and then Dave is more than willing to build certain props and settings like if we ever decide that there needs to be a forest landscape, we can get some trees going. If we need a tower, he's already got a tower built, which I love. Looks great, just sort of fits in there. There's like little wall props if we need something like that. So it's great to get that kind of materials support when you're DMing, because usually it's just, okay, I'm gonna draw now and it looks terrible. And so-
I tell you one thing with the way the arena looks now, the only word that comes to mind for me is menacing. Like if I was a player and I sat down to that thing, it looks like you're gonna run around and be dealing with who knows what. You know, it's definitely entertaining. It's an amazing piece. It really is.
Thanks. The other thing that's great is like, because I had set it up where I'm at my store where I'm working, and I have a lot of customers come in and they provide a lot of feedback. Like, hey, you know, this is, I saw a guy that did something similar to this, and this might be something to incorporate into it. And so I try to take that into consideration and say, yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe get me a picture, and then I can, like the skulls, we mounted some skulls on the outer walls.
About how long would you say it took to construct the arena?
Too long? No.
There's the skulls.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah, there's some of the skulls. That's actually when they were being painted. It took a while. It took us probably easily a month to get everything to where it is right now. And that's working at it fairly consistently. Obviously, I'm running a business at the same time, so I can't put all the effort into it that I'd like to.
Well, priorities.
Right, obviously. So yeah, I mean, I probably could have got it done within a week or 2 weeks if I had done full focus on that.
It's got to be difficult running a business and constructing something as amazing as this arena's
good.
turned out.
Yeah.
His business is E&D Games at Gulf East Square Mall. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend you do. It's got all of your nerdy needs. It's definitely a place that, I mean, a lot of us call a second home, to be completely honest.
Thanks.
Or if you're Kayla, you call it your first home.
Well, yeah.
Actually, last time I walked to your store, I pull out my car keys as if I was gonna open it like my house.
Weird. Well, it's like driving up at 1:30 in the parking lot and seeing people still in the parking lot 2 hours after the store
You get
closed.
stuck in a good
It's weird.
conversation, you just go with it, okay? It gets a little awkward when security keeps driving around, like, come on, guys. Finish your drug deal and move on. This is...
Not really a drug deal.
No, not really. But that's what the security guard probably thinks if you're still talking at 1 a.m. So
It was
it's like, why wouldn't I just go to the parking lot next door without security? Really? Come on.
That's so much effort, though.
Right? It's,
So much. So, Jackie and Mike, why don't you guys explain to the viewers what your role is in all of this?
I'm waiting on you.
Okay, I'll leave. We're going to be commentators. We're going to basically
Comment, maybe?
here and there. Commentator.
Well, Mike's always good at throwing in his 2 cents,
Yeah.
so he'll be
yeah,
throwing
so
it
they're,
in more.
They're dangerous. They're giving me a mic, so I'm going to run with
Yeah.
it and see how it goes, and we're going
Mike
to make
has
it
a
fun.
mic.
And
That was bad.
who knows? Maybe we'll throw stuff in the arena to help out.
Literally,
It's
like,
very
you want a tree in that arena, we'll just throw it in there.
I'm sure.
It's like
Chairs
falling tree
may
from
fly
the sky. I'm just kidding. So with his 2 cents plus my 3 cents, we'll have a whole nickel and be able to actually maybe comment some good stuff. But
Probably not, but we'll have fun doing it.
yeah,
well, I think the
works.
best thing about having commentators is there are a lot of boring parts that happen when you're DMing, like when you're setting things up so you don't spoil things for your players. Like if you've ever had to drawn out a map or something at one point, and then just like, okay, now you guys talk amongst yourselves. They don't talk amongst themselves. They ask you about their problems for 5 minutes.
if anyone's ever actually met me and spent maybe 5 minutes with me, they know I talk enough for everybody. So we're totally good. Plus, I think he's funny or something, right?
He thinks he's funny.
I think I'm funny. No one else does. I think I do.
Yeah, he thought he was real funny when he killed Razor Law.
Razor Law had it coming.
Bum.
Free Lucan. Free Lucan is all I can say.
He belongs in jail. Okay. So,
Where's Johnny Gobowitz when you need him?
I don't know.
Oh,
It's a long story.
should I even mention about our background knowledge?
Yeah,
of these
yeah. Let's go
things,
ahead
or-
and hashtag free Lucan. Thank you, Boo Boo Bubbleneck.
Boo Bubble Nick.
Thank you, Boo Bubbleneck.
Absolutely.
I have friends on the internet now.
That's not
One.
your friend. That's
could
Dorothy.
be.
How much
Thank you,
you paying?
Dorothy.
you just have
Dorothy is
people
my
who
friend.
also dislike me.
That's probably my mom.
We kind of know the player's background on their history of role-playing games, and we know mine, and we know James, and We know Dave owns the Nerd Cavern. What about you guys? What's your history as far as role-playing games goes?
I didn't start D&D till I met Dave, so that was like maybe 2 years ago, and that's been amazing. That's been a great roller coaster. But I think it started with games like Chrono Trigger. I remember there's one game I played where there was a princess. She was in a castle and she was protected by a dragon.
Was she trapped?
Yes, she
Did
was
the
trapped.
main hero have to go save her?
Yes.
Did you kill her
What?
instead?
I was an Italian plumber.
Did you
Did
keep
you
going
find out
to
she
the
was in
castle?
another castle?
Yeah, she kept going to another
Yeah,
castle.
It's crazy, man. I think I've been there.
You know, it happens. But I played, had all the systems. I still have my Nintendo. I still break out Final Fantasy here and there, and it's whatever. It's a good time.
For me,
Yeah, why don't we talk about your...
oh, Kayla. The things you know. Oh, wait, you have a question.
I don't know what you're talking about, Anonymous. You really should probably clean your computer.
Again, with the chimp.
Don't get
Maybe
it.
they meant to put like chocolate chip, like chip cookie.
We don't have cookies.
We should.
That's not a bad idea.
My background in role-playing games is little to none, and I only say that because I feel threatened if I say none at all. Don't look at me like that.
You should feel threatened.
I
No,
was
no.
This is a
nervous.
welcoming place. We don't judge.
Okay.
On set.
On set.
It's, I think my role playing goes back to being a kid and playing outside with my brothers and using sticks to pretend they're swords and beat each other up with. And then in high school, there was this time that we all dressed up and we made fake weapons and stop laughing, Kayla. And we went out into the woods behind the school, and I'm gonna spare my friends' names.
So that'd be a
because-
live-action role-play kind of stuff?
No, I don't know. I've never heard about LARPing, Dave. I don't know what you're talking
just
Oh,
about.
but you know the abbreviation.
I didn't say
No,
LARPing.
no,
I
no,
said
I just put
live-action
that
role-play. I didn't say LARP. I said live-action role-play.
Yeah. Okay.
She
so-
was
more like
leader of
Fantasy
Kiss My
Fight Club.
Anthea.
Something like that.
Yes.
Kiss My
wait,
Anthea. Right.
Actually, I don't know what that is. So, but other
Me
than
too.
that,
Really?
That's a good movie. Yeah.
yeah, no.
Me too.
We have to teach you.
Oh, I know. There's a
Anyway.
lot of things you have to teach me. You're talking about like crit hits before, and I'm like crit. I'm pretty sure stands for critical, but then again, player character is a new one for me because a computer like boom automatically pops up into my head when he says PC. So
Jackie witnessed her first D&D game actually last night, and
night.
it was quite interesting. I was there. I think you were there.
Yeah,
you
I
were
was
there.
There.
You weren't.
Well,
He was there for a little
but
while.
He wasn't really there. He was.
You don't remember the Gallagher story?
Listen, we're not going there.
Oh
Okay,
no!
fine.
Can we not?
Wait, we have a question. No Chips the chimp with the blue hat is sitting next to Dave.
Is someone calling you a chimp?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not wearing a
That's
blue
really
hat,
rude.
so
And
James
that's
is not
weird
wearing a
insult.
blue
That's
hat,
rude.
That's-
I don't.
but he
No.
could be.
We're gonna cut to a break, but we'll be right back.
Meet Cindy. Cindy is looking for a way to make life easier by saving time and money on things that she buys both locally and online. But she didn't think that something like that existed until her friend Sharon told her about the My Network One free savings membership. This free membership gives her access to the M&O Marketplace, featuring stores like Walmart, Best Buy, Old Navy, Target, Home Depot, Kohl's, Living Social, Macy's, and Groupon, just to name a few of over the 2,300 stores in the M&O Marketplace. Check out some of these great deals on jewelry, apparel, and electronics. Sharon also showed Cindy how to install the Cashback Finder, so she will never miss out on cashback again. The Cashback Finder will find you cashback even when you shop through your favorite search engines like Google, Bing, MSN, and Yahoo. Get cashback even when you shop directly from your favorite stores. Earning cashback has never been so easy. When Cindy earns cashback, Sharon now earns referral cash on things that Cindy purchased. Cindy has now found the secret to saving money, getting cashback, and earning referral cash, and so can you. So what are you waiting for? Get your free savings membership today. All from My Network One, the Everybody Wins Network.
Walk through life. Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let it take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day. And everything's going your way. And you wanna make it last forever. We'll keep it together, 'cause it keeps getting better.
Hey guys, welcome back to Max Play Live. We're going to get into a little bit more of world creation as a whole and a little bit more about Nathius?
Nathius.
Nathius, I apologize, with these guys here. Go ahead.
Well, I'll speak first. You kind of like when you're looking at a game like this and you're doing a world creation, they have, like, writers make up tons of this stuff that you can buy boxes and books and games just based on the world environment. When you think of like a fantasy realm, look at the creation behind things like Lord of the Rings. Look at how much effort went into making different cities, different types of government, different races, different everything, city structures, guilds within cities. So this is all stuff that goes on the people that create these fantasy worlds within these games. Me and James got together when we started discussing what we were going to do with this, and 99% of this was out of his head. I just kind of helped him put it to paper. But there's a lot of work that goes around that gets involved in this, and James is very good too at feeding off of what the characters do with their backgrounds. So each character has their own background, their own story as to how they became where they are, and he's integrated that into the world that he's created. And I don't know if you want to take off on that a little bit.
Well, an example of that would be probably with Tank's character, his ranger that's a demon spawn. Well, rather than just say, oh, he's a demon spawn and then leave it at that, I'd rather justify why he's a demon spawn or why there are even things like demon spawn in a world. So how I describe that is with his background is in a land called Svartur. And essentially it's just this war-torn area that's just been desolated by the Empire, and they've sort of resorted to a lot of dark magic. So anytime I want to use something thematic that involves necromancy, demons, things of that more darker, satanic-like nature, I'll pull it from there. And it'll have a place, it'll have an origin. But it also sort of describes his character, why he's a slave, why there are people like Demon Spawn. It's essentially that people had to resort to darker magics to sort of as an attempt to resist an imperial rule, and now there's just dark things like that in that area of the world. So his character is somewhat of a sailor, so he gets caught, he gets thrown into an arena for slavery and fighting, and now he's a demon spawn, and people will treat him accordingly like that. So it's like, oh, you're inherently evil. Well, you belong here now. And then I have things like that for other characters. As soon as I can get more information on their characters, it's
Right.
it's sometimes players can be fickle. They can change their minds on certain things. There's an evolution that goes on in your head before you even throw them on the table.
Tell us a little bit about this vengeful god you mentioned.
So I decided that it's sort of like an embodiment of the idea of Rome. So there was like this huge principle of the idea of Rome, and it was sort of this idea that Rome was going to be the greatest thing on the earth and stuff, and sort of just living up to the idea of Rome. So I decided that he would be a god of war and rightful supremacy, and it would be a very lawful kind of deity that like was really into battle and organized fighting. So that would sort of be, he could be placated with the arena, but essentially he would sort of demand this kind of conquest and this sort of fighting that would drive their imperial nature, with the idea that if you are a superior society, you are truly organized, you would win out in wars, and in conquest you would come up with a better way of living. So if you lose, then your society wasn't that great, wasn't that important. Maybe you should live in accordance to those who were able to conquer you.
Okay, we have a viewer question. Anonymous 36191 said, never played, never watched it played, so I'm completely new to all this. How long does it take to write a game/scenario? Is that a question of yours as well?
Fellow friend, I have so many, and he's like, all of these, I'm like, oh, should I ask these questions?
Absolutely, ask
Because-
all your questions.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Okay.
I can
fellow.
intro a little bit of that. There's a lot of pre-generated stuff within the gaming system that you use. There's like obviously Dungeons and Dragons is one of the more popular games, and that has tons of modules, what they call them, where they make up scenarios and worlds. There's tons of other games out there, Paranoia, GURPS, and they all kind of produce things for that. If you're going to sit down and put pen to paper and start creating these things, it can get pretty extensive. I myself, I remember when I was in high school, and sometimes when I was bored on watching the Navy, I would write down just hours of notes and then just put those notes to an application where you actually get a chance to play. So, I mean, now I don't have the time, so now I basically do a pre-generated thing, as you guys know,
Right, yeah.
and bring back some old stuff.
I find it takes like probably an hour or two.
Okay.
Like it's one thing to come up with the idea of a scenario, have a brief idea of what's going on. You'll probably play that through your mind a few times, and then eventually, when you actually decide to start writing down the stats, you'll find mistakes in the scenario, things that your players will just inherently walk over, and then it's like too easy, or things that'll just outright kill them because they're not prepared to handle something like that.
Onies.
I have an additional, like a question added on to that. They have games/scenario on there. So I know from hearing about D&D or, watching the game last night. Sorry, there's something going on. I know from that is a game for me, like that would mean like the whole entire thing, until everyone dies, and your scenarios are like each time you play, because you guys don't just sit down and play one game and you're like, okay, let's call it quits, everyone makes new characters. It's like a lasting, ongoing, like every single time you come back and you pick up somewhere you left off.
Okay,
Your
so
character
I see
has
that.
a life, basically.
Yeah.
Like, of its own.
So
if he's talking about a campaign, that's an ongoing thing.
how long does that take you?
That is still taking time now, is what it takes, because I what'll happen is I'll have an idea for a campaign with very broad ideas, and then the players will make choices, and then that'll affect which direction this whole campaign will go. If he's talking about a game, as in we sit down, we play a game, we play a session, that'll probably take like an hour or two to get that all written down how I like it, and assuming I don't see a bunch of mistakes in my first draft, that'll be it. To the campaign itself, that's an ongoing process, so there's no real set time for how that goes, but it would just be a series of those happening. If we're talking about the encounter, a battle encounter, that's probably like half hour to write down. It's just coming up with the idea is probably, if you're sitting down trying to think of an idea, it'll never happen.
Do you have an end goal for it? Is it like when you're having to write essays in school where you're like, okay, this is how it's going to begin, and I'm definitely going to end it here, but you just have all this nothing in the middle, or like how does that work? How do you know when it ends?
You don't.
Does everyone die?
Well, no.
Everyone dies.
That can happen.
You don't, and that's what he kind of led to when he said, like, he'll let the characters drive the story as to wherever their fate ends. And a lot of that comes down to the idea of the game is to roll the dice and let the dice determine the fate. So what's going to happen is he has a basic guideline or an outline of what the story is, and then people make their decisions as to, do I turn left or do I turn right? Based on those decisions, they'll roll the die based on their character stats with whatever modifications are needed to that die roll, and then the end result is what that comes to, and then he just picks up the story from there. Example would be, I see a monster. Am I going to run from the monster, or am I going to fight the monster? I'm going to fight the monster. Okay, you're going to try to hit the monster, so you're going to roll the die. Well, you missed the monster. So now the monster is going to try to hit you. So now the monster hits you and kills you. Well, that was a pretty short story. We all see the ending of that one.
Yeah.
Right. Or
Yeah.
like if you're trying to just do something simple like swimming that's easy for you and I.
Right.
And
Getting
you're
in a
And you just
boat.
can't
you're-
swim.
Yes,
or
if you're
getting in a
trying to
boat.
Getting
get
in a boat.
in a kayak
Right.
and you
You
just
know,
can't do it.
And every time you just hit the ground over and over, and it just really hurts. It hurts your soul,
It's
Caleb.
true. It's true.
It hurts D6 times.
That is so rude.
I mean, some DMs do like to play with the strategy. Oh, I know the end boss, or I know exactly what the where I want the story to end, and so every choice the players make is really an illusion that leads to that end goal. With respect to restraint, is probably the arena, where the setting is around the arena, so you are playing within the arena and things involved with the arena. That's about as much determinism that I intend to have in my games in terms of what scenarios they're going to throw forward, but how you act in those scenarios, how you endure those scenarios is up to the players.
We're going to cut to a break. When we come back, we'll be joined by the players who are going to go over what class their characters are and classes as a whole. Stick around.
Meet Cindy. Cindy is looking for a way to make life easier by saving time and money on things that she buys both locally and online. But she didn't think that something like that existed until her friend Sharon told her about the My Network One free savings membership. This free membership gives her access to the M&O Marketplace, featuring stores like Walmart, Best Buy, Old Navy, Target, Home Depot, Kohl's, Living Social, Macy's, and Groupon, just to name a few of over the 2,300 stores in the M&O Marketplace. Check out some of these great deals on jewelry, apparel, and electronics. Sharon also showed Cindy how to install the Cashback Finder, so she will never miss out on cashback again. The Cashback Finder will find you cashback even when you shop through your favorite search engines like Google, Bing, MSN, and Yahoo. Get cashback even when you shop directly from your favorite stores. Earning cashback has never been so easy. When Cindy earns cash back, Sharon now earns referral cash on things that Cindy purchased. Cindy has now found the secret to saving money, getting cash back, and earning referral cash, and so can you. So what are you waiting for? Get your free savings membership today. All from My Network One, the Everybody Wins Network.
Walk through life. Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let's take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day. And everything's going your way. And you wanna make it last forever. We'll keep it together, 'cause it keeps getting better. Whoa, whoa.
Hey guys, welcome back to Max Play Live. I'm sure you recognize these faces a little bit more. Just for those of you who don't, let's go around and introduce ourselves again.
Oh, I'm Noah Growney.
I'm Mike Nunes.
I'm Logan Growney.
Take.
So we're going to talk about classes as a whole, and these guys are going to tell you what classes their characters are. So let's just go around. You can
Oh,
start.
okay. I am being a warlock. Are we just gonna?
Yeah, talk about what a
Oh,
warlock
okay.
is.
A warlock is a spellcaster, and basically they make a deal or like a pact with a like a being of sorts, and basically the being grants them powers.
Not being. Being.
Yeah, not like a what is it, Jack in the yeah.
The all-powerful being.
Being,
All
yeah.
hail the being.
Yeah. I mean, it could be a being. Like, why can't
If
it
you
be a
call
being?
it that, I'm gonna slap you. I did not write a whole freaking campaign setting
Can it
so
be a
you can
bean?
worship the bean.
Can you like shoot stuff with coffee?
Yeah, like I could be like, that'd be really cool. Like,
James, you gotta make it happen, man.
No, I will not.
Chili power.
You get coffee-based powers. You can help no one.
I'll
you
always
burned
be
my
awake.
face.
I mean, that's pretty great.
You'll roll Constitution saving throws to see if you can. Yeah, I don't want to make a poop joke,
Not
but there's nowhere to go.
I don't want to go there.
You already kind of.
It went
It was
to
a
dark
dilemma. It
place.
was a dilemma. I had to make a choice. Not happy with the choice.
I kind of like the choice.
Oh, man.
So what class is Wells?
Wells is a ranger. Not a ranger? No.
Rogue.
Wells is a rogue.
No, rangers are the ones that can't swim.
They can swim, except when they're raised in the desert, they don't know how to swim. Okay? We deal with that. He
I don't
learned
know.
quick.
Not all that quick. How's Winston?
You hurt me, woman. You hurt me so much.
What was the other one's
Why?
name?
Something.
Something about a bird.
His name is Willen, okay?
Oh, that is not important.
And
He
Lord
lasted
knows
a day.
what happened to the bird.
Why do they always W
because I think
names?
it's gone.
Do you like W?
Probably buried
Do you like
somewhere
the
in the
letter
dirt.
W?
What?
Do you like the letter W?
I like the letter W a lot,
Why?
actually. I don't know. It's weird.
Wells,
That's
Winston,
weird.
Willis,
Weird.
We
Willen.
zing every
Same
time
thing.
there's a W
Bruce
word.
Willis.
Same thing. So tell us what a rogue is.
Wells is a rogue. Rogues are like your roustabouts, your raconteurs. They're the kind of people that will easily come up to you and steal stuff from your pocket, and you'll never even know that it's gone. Or they'll come up behind you and stab you in an alleyway and leave you there, and nobody will know.
So
And that's what a rogue is.
What alignment are they usually?
Usually they tend towards the evil alignment. I'm not gonna lie, but I've never played an evil character, so I figure I would go with more of a chaotic
Okay.
character. I believe he's chaotic neutral, because he does things for his own good, and if it hurts somebody, then that perks of doing business with a rogue.
What about Daniel White?
Well, Daniel White is the fighter of fighters.
Oh.
He is a champion, and he's coming to win this here gladiatorial service.
Okay.
That's the character. As a class, though.
Oh yeah.
What makes him a fighter?
We're sorry.
He
Your
fights
answer is
stuff.
incorrect.
It's
Please try again.
It's pretty simple. He fights stuff. I don't have any particular
What
type of
class
weapon.
doesn't fight things, Logan?
Well, I mean, a fighter's pretty self-explanatory, man. Like, I'm your basic warrior. I run around and hit stuff with swords, axes. I use a shield sometimes. It all just depends on.
Whereas you're the more disciplined fighter. The rogue is more underhanded.
Well, yeah.
Might take cheap shots.
Yeah.
You're more disciplined.
I'm more in
you
your
have the sort
face,
of
and I
tactical
rely on
backing
tactics.
rounds.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Backstabbing is tactical.
Yeah, I mean,
It is tactical.
It's also,
but
you
it's
know,
not. It's not.
stealthy.
It's
But
not
you-
strict military discipline.
Yeah,
No,
well, I mean,
but
it doesn't have to be
what's the
military, but you're more reliant. Like, my guy's a tavern brawler, so he's a street fighter. But you can still use tactics with that. Your guy relies more on taking advantage of the other opponent.
So Anonymous is kind of like, so he would pick up the rogue and hit the monster with him.
Well, yeah,
No. Rogues is you wouldn't do any damage.
fastball special.
As long as you hit him in the back,
Okay.
then I can do a
X-Men is
backstab.
not a replacement for the player's handbook. So
I'm glad you got the reference.
please do not throw your allies
I know.
at the monster. They will just be eaten.
What are you talking about? You can always toss the halfling.
You can toss him, but it's
Yeah,
like
just
you're
toss
like
him
what?
into
Like
a hallway
70
with a
pounds
slamming
soaking wet?
ball.
50 pounds of dead weight just sort of flopping around in your arms. I mean, you
Hey,
would
what
do
race
more
are you?
damage throwing a knife
I'm
at someone.
actually an elf. So
I'm the gnome.
I'm about
You're the
100, 130, 140 pounds.
So you're the fastball special.
Yeah.
No, I'll be in the back.
Okay.
What about you, Tank?
Morthos is a ranger. I don't know all the specifics to being a ranger, but the ranger usually is bow and arrow. I mean, that's what a ranger is, or it's dual wielding. So you can either be a fighter having some kind of soldier background. I mean, they're not as cool as fighters.
They're cooler.
They stay in the background, they shoot things.
They are.
They're cooler.
They're wimps. They really are.
But they're
man.
cooler than
For the record, if you have read the books, The Legend of Driss and stuff like that, he's actually a ranger.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool.
He's a dual-wielding ranger.
He's not cool because he's a ranger. He's cool because he's dressed.
Right. No, you're totally right.
Thank you.
Totally right.
Sorry, dude.
Artemis and Fury, way cooler.
You know,
Rangers.
rangers are also excellent
Oh,
pilots
man.
that make
Good
them
lord.
amazing bounty hunters for hunting people down and
Dying.
yeah.
Before he
But
gets
the ones
there.
that don't die often level up high enough to get, cool affinities with nature and magic of that sort of nature,
God.
like healing and stuff, and lots of thorn and vine stuff. Or sometimes they get a beast companion. If Razor Law got a beast companion, it'd be Razor Paws.
It would have been
Oh my god.
It'd be his little dog, and he'd travel along with him, being like, "Sniff him out, boy," and then he'd sniff him out, and then he'd get his target. That was never
then he'd
to
be
be.
dead.
It was never to be.
Razor Paws would never be hungry, at least for a while, because he would just be slowly feeding on your rotting corpse.
Well, he'd probably go for the leg first. I mean,
Yeah,
'cause it's
yeah, because
severed.
it's the easiest there.
You died of frostbite, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that
brain
part would be
freeze.
preserved for longer, because it's like frozen food.
So we've got an anonymous
Razor
viewer.
Paws would never betray Razor Law like that.
We've got an anonymous viewer who would like to know, does an ally interfere with the ranger's line of sight?
Yes,
Yes.
and no.
Not
For
usually.
specifics.
I think a lot of like you could have those mechanics in an RPG game. In our game, it won't be. An enemy's body will interfere with your line of sight. So if you have like 3 goblins in front of their little hobgoblin boss, then you can't shoot the hobgoblin necessarily. Well, actually, it's slightly taller, so maybe I'd impose disadvantage or some level of cover.
Would do like
to
a
sort of
maybe a called shot.
Yeah, it would be harder the shot,
Right.
because of the height difference, but possible. But say you have like a bunch of hobgoblins in front of another hobgoblin, and you want to shoot the one in the back, then I would just sort of say no.
Then no.
What
then
if I
no
wait
dreams
patiently?
don't come true.
Like I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting.
But then you
That's
can hold
perfect
action and wait
opportunity.
for the line to move and possibly lose your turn because I hate you, Noah. Learn your warlock character.
Excuse me, sir. It's honeysuckle now.
That's true.
There is no Noah.
How is that the thing? You're like, oh, I'm so offensive. So,
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah.
like, don't worry, Noah, I have your back.
Razor Law will eat your
Honeysuckle.
dying corpse,
Honeysuckle.
but
Honeysuckle.
You know, don't say it like that. I can deal with the honeysuckle.
Honeysuckle.
And then you gotta look him dead in the eye and be like, honeysuckle. Oh God, that was
Yeah, you didn't think he'd do it back.
weird
got
place,
way too
man.
intimate
I went there.
He looked like way too deep into my soul.
I felt weirded out over here.
Yeah.
I need to go and shower and bleach.
So that's kind of like the base on these guys' classes. Other classes are like a wizard, a sorcerer, what else?
Barbarian.
Barbarian.
Paladins,
Bards.
clerics.
Bards.
Bards.
Nobody wants to play Bard.
Bards are cool, man.
Said no one ever.
What? Bards are pretty cool.
I got Lehman's tiny hut.
I mean, bards could be a lot worse.
Hey Logan, what's a spell sniper?
Oh, you can fire through ally squares without taking disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
My character can do that too because he's an actual sniper.
Well, I mean, spell
I
sniper.
think what he's saying is a spell sniper is essentially a spellcaster that has that feat specific
Yeah.
that allows him to shoot much farther than
Right.
normal spellcasters. Spellcasters tend to be very squishy. They have low armor classes that provide if they can get hit.
I think James is
Won't
gonna
get
kill
hit.
you, man.
Yeah. I think you're like narrowing because like you're looking at me.
You're a
I mean,
warlock.
I am. I'm the only
If anybody
caster.
would like to be an alternate, let us know.
Hey.
I have a feeling we're
You
gonna
know
be
what?
losing
When all
someone
three of you
really
die and
quick.
I'm the only one alive, you
Listen,
know.
part of your defense is having personality traits. I want to see that on the paper, sir.
Oh, we'll see. You know, it'll be good. It'll be good.
We're
You
gonna
just-
cut
you
to
just
a
wait.
break. When we come back, we're gonna go over some of the classes that weren't mentioned, and we'll answer this viewer question. So stick around.
Meet Cindy. Cindy is looking for a way to make life easier by saving time and money on things that she buys both locally and online. But she didn't think that something like that existed until her friend Sharon told her about the My Network One free savings membership. This free membership gives her access to the M&O Marketplace, featuring stores like Walmart, Best Buy, Old Navy, Target, Home Depot, Kohl's, Living Social, Macy's, and Groupon, just to name a few of over the 2,300 stores in the M&O Marketplace. Check out some of these great deals on jewelry, apparel, and electronics. Sharon also showed Cindy how to install the Cashback Finder, so she will never miss out on cashback again. The Cashback Finder will find you cashback even when you shop through your favorite search engines like Google, Bing, MSN, and Yahoo. Get cashback even when you shop directly from your favorite stores. Earning cashback has never been so easy. When Cindy earns cashback, Sharon now earns referral cash on things that Cindy purchased. Cindy has now found the secret to saving money, getting cashback, and earning referral cash, and so can you. So what are you waiting for? Get your free savings membership today. All from My Network One, the Everybody Wins Network.
Walk through life. Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let it take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day. And everything's going your way. And you wanna make it last forever. We'll keep it together, 'cause it keeps getting better. Whoa.
Hey guys, welcome back to Max Play Live. We're going to get into a little bit more of the classes that weren't discussed. Noah, why don't you tell us about spellcasters?
All right. So the three spellcasters I'm going to talk about are the wizard, the sorcerer, and the warlock. They all basically sit in the back and shoot spells. However, they do have some distinct differences. The sorcerer, their magic is more like a natural. They don't need like a wand or something. They just cast the spell. Whereas like the wizard has to spend each day and like prep the spell. Like they have to study the spell, and that's the way that they learn how to cast the spell. And then the warlock, I talked about how he or she gets his spells from a being, not a bean, or a bean. Hopefully,
Coffee master.
Or a bean bean. The master
And I
of all
mean that's
coffee.
about it.
Well, I mean, usually it does affect how the character is
Oh, yeah.
thematically. Like
Yeah.
a wizard might be more academic.
Sure.
A sorcerer might feel more entitled. And a warlock might be more desperate in the sense that usually a lot of packs have to do with like devils and demons and things of that
Or a
nature.
bean.
Or no, absolutely not.
Hopefully, a bean.
Stray arrows, they happen all the time.
That's from you.
Why don't you tell us about monks?
Monks. I love monks in this edition of Dungeons and Dragons that I'm playing right now. 5th edition, by the way. Monks, at first level, have this super awesome ability because they're trained in just punching nonstop. They can hit you with the staff, and then they can punch you in the face. They basically have 2 attacks in their first level, and then it just gets exponentially better from there. Like when you get to the last like peak ability of a monk, they have what I think it's called Quivering Palm or something like that, where they can touch you, and then all they have to do is like snap their fingers, and you just drop and die. And
It's
I
like,
think it's within
Fist of the
48
North
hours.
Star, if anyone's ever seen that anime.
No idea what you're talking
No,
about.
no, no. Okay,
Or
so
like
basically
Kill
there's
Bill.
this guy, he's got a lot of martial arts skills. He hits your, or like Kill Bill.
Yeah.
He hits all your,
5-point
like,
palm,
your,
exploding heart technique.
But in the anime, it's like basically
dies.
they hit your head and they hit your what are those points? Those acupuncture points.
So like
or
a
points? And then your
Naruto
head just
ninja.
blows
Oh, yeah,
up
like
and
the Naruto
explodes.
ninja.
I have no idea what you're talking about. What is that?
Not the same thing. You don't know anything, Taylor. Come on.
No, Naruto's better.
There's so much filler. They don't care
so
about
good.
people's.
No clue what's going on.
They're like monks, but
yeah.
they're cooler.
Nerds.
Monks.
Look at that. Even the screen thinks you guys are nerds.
I am
No
a
one
nerd,
likes
but
talking
I'm not-
about
I'm not- I
man.
haven't gotten there yet.
Role-playing game.
You're the host of the nerdiest show.
I'm
right?
wearing a nerd shirt and we're matching.
Yeah, you're
We're
like queen of the
nerds.
nerds.
Like, yeah,
I need a crown then.
I'm still cool. I have nothing on my shirts.
that makes you less cool.
You're embarrassing me in front of all my nerd friends, and I want you to know that.
You don't have friends.
Listen,
I'm your friend. I'm your friend.
He's lying.
Sub back to the DM.
My friend is an all-powerful being.
So monks
Feel
are
bad.
basically like a hand-to-hand, almost
Ninjas.
unarmed combat.
Yes.
Ninjas.
You can think of ninjas, or think of Shaolin monks. How they can like chuck needles through
'Cause
glass
monks.
panels. Yeah. Because literally in the name.
Because monks.
Because monks.
Monks are the
think
cool
of
guys.
Aang and
Like-
stuff like that too.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But they don't
true.
bend air.
No, but like
Or
they
earth.
they do
Fire.
cool things.
They do cool
Water.
things.
Okay.
They can still punch you across the room. You don't need air for that.
So the healer in our party would be a cleric, and a cleric is basically someone
Who
who
needs a healer?
he heals essentially. He does things with holy power. Usually there's a god involved that they worship, and they they usually have a good alignment. Now you've got your battle clerics and stuff who are like a shadow priest almost, if you've ever played World of Warcraft.
Sorry.
Nope.
And they deal damage and heal also, but I guess if you're a battle cleric, your damage would be a little bit more than your healing, but you'd still heal.
Aren't battle clerics like? Are they melee? I don't know.
They can be.
Okay.
They
I
if
know.
they are
I know
melee, they
things.
usually use maces.
Yeah.
Dude, clerics got buffed in this edition. They're sweet.
You know what, Anonymous? You suck. WoW is awesome.
Wow.
Well,
It's my dad.
I
it's
don't
okay.
think you suck. I think you're awesome.
I'm sorry, are you here to talk about our show or the game? That's all I'm saying.
Listen here, sir.
Okay.
Why don't you tell us about paladins?
Okay, so they're a lot like clerics, but a lot cooler because they can hit things better. Well, oh, okay, yeah. So they're like a hybrid of a fighter and a cleric in the sense that they can heal. They get their powers from the worship of a deity or god. And essentially, a lot of their abilities have to do with tracking evil. They can lay on hands like Jesus or something and then heal you that way. But they also got like really cool plate armors.
Did you just compare Paladin to Jesus?
Well, if you want to take this further, at later levels, the monk can walk on water. So that's also a very Jesus-like power. In fact, many of the classes ultimately become stronger than Jesus.
Okay. Why don't we move on?
I thought I'd double down on blasphemy.
Dangerous territory.
Oh, gosh.
Anyway.
so Logan,
Well, barbarians are not like Jesus.
Do I not get to talk about paladins? Is that how that works?
Nope, we're done with paladins right now.
We're moving on to barbarians.
On the topic of paladins, though, Dorf is the best paladin. He's better than a paladin who gets pushed down a well and drowns and metagames.
This is from past game stuff.
Okay.
So barbarians?
Yeah,
So barbarians.
Okay,
yeah, go on.
barbarians.
We are nerds.
Yeah.
No, you're a nerd.
You're watching, so.
So barbarians. Yeah. they're like primal fighters. Like if you were to mix two classes to make a barbarian, it would probably be a fighter and a druid. They don't rely on heavy armor to protect themselves. They're more either agile or strong. They tend to wear leather armor generally, and they don't really have high intelligence, which makes them the most fun.
Or no armor. I have known if
Yeah,
completely naked
no armor.
barbarian.
Yep.
I actually play
In-game-
a barbarian
in-game,
and
not
nothing
in
but a
real life.
loincloth on Mondays.
That's right. You smash halflings.
I smash halflings together, actually. Anyway.
They're very rage based. Oh, I think we do have to start talking about ending the show soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about druids first.
Okay.
so Jewish, really quick. They're nature-loving magic people.
Hippie.
Hippies, boosted.
Yeah, they're the 60s 420 kind of role that you do.
What does that mean?
You'll learn when you grow up.
And they use all the magic powers from nature, and they do really, really cool stuff. I remember being a druid, and I was the spider.
Yeah.
If you were watching, you would listen to it. But basically, I turned into a spider, ran on a
Because
broom.
druids can shapeshift into animals.
That's what I meant.
Yes.
And other stuff.
Yes, they can.
They are. They're not the people that everyone wants to play because you really need to jump into being a druid. You need to know the magic.
Sure,
you need to
yeah.
know what you can do.
Sure.
When you're a fighter, you just can run up and kill stuff.
But druids are very, very good classes. They're awesome.
My next character is a druid.
No.
For when my sorcerer dies. I'm prepared.
Take it away, Kayla.
So if you've enjoyed this show and you want to show your friends how cool we are, you can go to Facebook, look up Max Play Live, give us a like. The link to the Facebook YouTube. The link to the YouTube is on Facebook. Go ahead and click that link. Go see the channel, like our videos, subscribe to our channel, and help us out because we're nothing without you guys. We need all the views, we need all the likes, we need all the subscribes. Tell your friends, tell your friends' friends, tell your family,
Tell strangers.
tell your girlfriends if you've got them.
that how Razor lost shot?
Like, make flyers for us.
No,
and
he had
print
a
them
boat.
out.
Yeah, you know
so it
what?
was like-
Print off our YouTube page, hand them out to your work people,
Pick up his phone.
and
Oh, yeah.
help us out. Huh? So just help us out any way you can. I know Tank has the link on his Facebook. Noah has it on his. Mike has it. I mean Honeysuckle. I do apologize, sir.
I thought you were calling me honeysuckle. I was like, no, you didn't.
No, honeysuckle.
And I think Midnight Lavender has it on
Midnight
his
Lavender.
Facebook, maybe.
No child.
Midnight Lavender.
Lavender.
I know a lot of us
Are you
have the links to the Facebook and to the YouTube on our Facebooks. I know E&D Games, Dave's Store has it on their Facebook. Definitely give it a like, give it a watch, subscribe. We need all the help we can get, and you guys are what makes this happen. So I just want to thank you for all of your continued support. I know it means a lot to us here, and stick around for next show.
Thanks, guys.